Hi and welcome back to Take 5 with Leisa. Today I'm with David Baker.
Hello.
David's just come back from a trip to London to check out what's been going on in accessibility arts and disabled arts. And
I'd have to say one of the two of the main highlights I'd have to say was a theatre company from Mind the Gap, where an artist by the name of Jez Colburn who had a fear of sirens, and he wanted to create a show over his fear of sirens and how he came about, how his fear of sirens came about, but also how he turned the negative into a positive, and it was really quite an amazing show.
I've never really heard of that before, turning an actual fear into a positive experience and an artistic show. So that would have been like quite dramatic.
Oh, it was. It was very dramatic. It was quite, even the different atmospheres, because it was both performed inside and outside. So I got a bit of a taste of which worked better.
Wow! And we were talking before about an experience you've had of watching somebody in a wheelchair do some scuba diving.
Well, for me, seeing the wheelchair, that was like the real face of Unlimited, because by seeing it scuba dive, I saw that as a poster of freedom. Like, we can do whatever we like here, regardless, whatever boundaries we can actually go along and create. So she basically went to some technicians and said, look, I want to go into the water and go swimming and scuba diving, and where it was actually off the coast of Egypt, and with all the coral reefs, you could actually tell that she was actually in her own world. And funny enough, I remembered I actually met the artist as I was doing a visual arts tour of because they were showcasing visual arts as well.
Yeah.
And I remembered sitting. I had no idea that she was in the room, and I was just literally sitting there, and I was chatting to her about it. And I said, look, it was just. It's fantastic to see somebody to go out there and just like swim in the just to swim in the ocean and take another step. You know? And I think that's what it's about really, and it's about Unlimited, and it was about it's not about what you can what you can't do. It's about what you can do, and really challenging yourself as a person and as an artist, and I personally didn't see it was us and them. It was just like together, very together. Going forward,
Yeah, that's right, and I think that's important. That it's not just disability arts, and it's not just the art. It is just the arts altogether, and I think that's the message that art can bring to the community as a whole.
That's right.
It's an equal playing field.
Well, one of the main goals I'd love to accomplish here in Australia is actually have a disability-led theatre company, where people with disability are doing the work and are producing work, and it's just really creating, really as artists, and look, I think there's far more than being on stage and performing. I think there's far more than to do with the lights and the and the sound and and stage management and administration. People with disability hearing can do it, and we can do and we can produce work, and yes, we can create work and be artists in our own right, without anybody telling us. And that's one of the main focuses that I came back from, and I'd love to bring it back here to Australia.
We've still got a little way to go, or quite a long way to go, really, in Australia.
Quite a long way.
Yeah, I would love to go over and see that. Well, thank you, David. It's been a really fascinating conversation today.
Thank you.
I know I've learnt a lot. So, all the very best in your future endeavours. That really sounds great. I know a few people who'd be interested in getting into stage management and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for having me on board.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later.